man, I was getting caught up in the music. I'm not going to lie. I was just playing that music. So you probably were wondering if this podcast was actually ever going to start. All right. Hey, I'm solo today. My main man, James, is he's out working, man. He's slaving away and doing some pretty amazing things. So I'm just coming at you. In fact, I'm really glad that I'm able to come at this podcast solo today, because I just kind of want to share some things that have been going on and just my perspective on some things. So first and foremost, I just wanted to let you know that the book, Strike 3, What to Do When the Game is Over But Life Is Not, is officially going to be released this coming Monday. So this Monday, which is going to be, let me make sure on this one, the 15th of February, we're going to be releasing that. You guys can find it on every bookstore, so you can go to Amazon and you can go to Barnes & Noble. You can find it there. You can get the softback, the hardback version. You can get the Audible as well too, or you can get the digital format. Or you can go to joshkalinowski.com and you can do free plus shipping. And then from there, you're also going to have an opportunity to get a hold of 3 different video series that we've created. One is Finding Your Superpower. Another one is the Lion's Mindset, which I absolutely love. And then also Building the World-Class Team Around You. So 3 really impactful and I think great classes that will help you as you start to discover your purpose, discover your mindset, and go out there and tackle the big goals in your life. So anyway, go to joshkalinowski.com, February 15th, and you can get the book. So super excited about that. Many of you guys know the journey that I've been on, and 2.5 years later, here we are. And I tell you, I'm really enjoying the responses from it. Anytime you become vulnerable and you start to share your story, or you share some things that are really personal, you really never know how people are going to take it. And the support and the feedback so far has been overwhelming and amazing, and I'm excited for this next chapter. So speaking of chapters, last week, so Monday, Tuesday of last week were really hard. This process for creating this book, writing this book, has been unlike anything that I've gone through. And, it reminds me of, anytime that we go out and want to accomplish something big, and we venture into an area that we're not the expert in. We're trying to become more knowledgeable in it. We're trying to get better in that certain area. It can be very taxing on us. It can be overwhelming at times, and I'm sure, like many of you, the experience that I had with this was that I was just exhausted. I was mentally exhausted. I was physically exhausted, and all of those signs are not great things to go through in the moment. And last week was that week for me. Last week was Monday, Tuesday were the days that I was done. I was fried. I've been putting in some really, really long hours, and I knew I had some big things coming up, and I wasn't excited about them like I would be in the past, because I was physically exhausted and my cup was dry. And every day I was doing everything I could to fill that cup up. And I know I've said this before, but I just kind of want to walk you guys through this. Like, it's okay as a leader. Like, one of the things that I know we do is we compare ourselves to other leaders, and we compare ourselves to how other leaders are leading in their life. And obviously, we know that comparing yourself to others is not healthy, because we're only seeing the best of people. We're not seeing the challenges that they're facing. And as I was walking through this chapter of things that I've never done before, right? Obviously, writing the book, having to go through the publishing part of it. We were recreating the joshkalinowski.com. We were recreating multiple pages. We were recreating the platform for Kingsman, and how we're going to communicate with each other through that platform. We're creating funnels and opportunities for people to know more about myself and our businesses and our companies, and ways that they can participate, and ways that they connect with us. And all of that is overwhelming. All of that is more content that you have to create that you never had created before. And as a leader, or somebody that's been out there and has tried to create content, it is a challenge to do it on a consistent basis, first and foremost, but it's also a challenge to bring good content, to get your message out there, to bring clarity to it. And this is an ever evolving challenge that I'm faced with, is bringing not only just content, but good content that is truthful and honest and transparent, but also hopefully impactful. And all of those things, if you're not seeing movement in that, if you're just stacking these things up every single day, it can get very exhausting. And that's where I found myself on Tuesday of last week, just kind of at that point, like, okay, Lord, like, man, I need a breakthrough. And I spent so many times during that day having conversations with people about just the challenges. I was able to expose myself to others in that vulnerability of going, yeah, you guys, listen, I am struggling right now. Like I'm tired. I'm mentally tired. I need a win, and I need a break for that matter. And Kate and I had scheduled about a month and a half prior to that some time away, and we're getting ready to do that here, which I'm ecstatic for. And I'm really needing that because I need to recharge myself. I need to recharge my batteries. I need to recharge my emotions. I need to recharge the body as well. And as the week went on, one of the things that I have learned over the years is, how do I start playing offense in my life? How do I change my mindset? What are the things that I need to do right now to get back into either my disciplines or to get back into some things that are going to help me have the energy that I need and the attitude that I am known for? And so by Tuesday evening, I had created a plan of what I was going to do moving forward. I was going to get up a little bit earlier. I was going to go to bed a little bit later. I was going to sleep in a few more days to get myself those hours of sleep that I really needed. I was going to be very intentional with my health as well that week. I was going to be really intentional with that journaling. I was going to be really intentional with that reading. I was going to be really intentional. You can see my point is, there were so many things that I was like, okay, I'm going to be ruthlessly intentional this week to get me out of this funk. And so as I started to play offense in each one of those days, it was all accumulating to my Friday. And I knew my Friday was going to be a great opportunity to have a wonderful day. I had a really big conference call, and first thing in the morning, we were able to solidify that speaker, which was huge. It was massive. I'm so excited about this opportunity that we have with the speaker coming up here to one of our big events that we have in one of our companies. And then the afternoon, I was going to have an interview, and you guys will hear this interview here in the weeks to come with one of my favorite and most admired authors, Mark Batterson. And I knew how important that time with him was going to be. I knew that this was an opportunity to meet somebody that has done some pretty amazing things and has continued to keep saying yes to God in his life. And he's a man that I've admired from afar, not knowing him personally, but just through his writings and through his emails and his speaking engagements. I've been able to get to know him through that. And on that afternoon, I was able to have a conversation. I mean, I might as well have just been sitting on a couch having a beer with Mark. That's how smooth the conversation went. That's how easy the conversation was. And so as I finished that up, there was other things that happened to get done as well too. The websites turned out amazing. The funnels turned out amazing. The book was ordered. I was getting to get the book in. I officially have the book now. So it is once again out on distribution right now. And I'm sending it to all of these people that have mentored me and have been important in my life. And I'm finally able to send those letters that I've written over the last couple months to them and just and express my gratitude for everything that they did to impact my world. And so I went from having a really challenging, hard Monday, Tuesday to having one of the best days that I can remember on that Friday. And it was a great reminder to me, and I hope this is something that can stick with you, is that as I went through that Friday, I forgot the challenges that we went through. Like I forgot the pain of that to a certain point. But more importantly, what I did is I embraced this and said, okay, it was worth it. Like all of those things that we did, all of these months that we've been preparing, it was worth it for this day to experience this. And I know that one of the challenges that we face is, well, what if that day doesn't come, or when is that day going to come? And I question that as well too. All of this hard work, when is it going to pay off? And very rarely does it pay off in one day. It's an accumulation of multiple wins in multiple days. I forgot how long those days were. I remembered how long those days were, but I forgot exactly how long those days were of just grinding. As I look back on the 2.5 years of what it took to write this book, I can really overlook the amount of time that I was spending on it. 9:30 to midnight, just about every single night, I was working on this book for 2.5 years. It became a discipline. It became a ritual in my life. And unless I look back on it, I forget the amount of time I spent to create it. And so as you're looking forward to finishing a project, as you're looking forward to taking on a project, I want you to understand that it is a process. And the harder it is, the more grind that you have to put into this, the more you're going to enjoy it on the other side of it. The more that you're going to be able to sit back and enjoy the fruits of the hard labor that it took to get to that goal, to accomplish that thing. Friday was an amazing day. And Friday led into a Saturday and a Sunday that was a great weekend. But here's the thing, you guys. Monday, it was back to work. And as much excitement as I had for that Friday, Monday was back to, okay, here we go. What's the next level? What's the next step? What do we do now? I always refer to this as like climbing Mount Everest. We're at base camp 1, and we still got to get to base camp 2 before we even start the ascent to ascend the top of the mountain. And so, yeah, we've had a breakthrough. We had a win. But now it's time to take on the next challenge. We're in the month of February, and hopefully you've written down some goals. Hopefully you've identified some things that you want to accomplish in 2021. And I know 30 days into it, 45 days into it, you can already feel exhausted if you haven't gotten a win. One of the concepts that we talk about in the book is you've got to find the small wins. You got to get the daily check marks. And I will tell you, that's how I was able to get through. It didn't mean that there were days that I was exhausted. Like I said, there weren't days that I was not frustrated. There wasn't days that I was about ready to, mentally give up. But the goal was so big. And I had already created the disciplines in my life that quitting was not an option. As you tackle these big goals in your life, as you tackle these big challenges in your life, focus on the little things you can do daily. Stay faithful in the little things that you can do daily, momentarily, because you will need them in order to do big things. That's all I got for you guys today. Once again, you guys go to joshkalinowski.com. You can buy the book. Once again, free plus shipping. We're going to get this into your hands. And then, of course, you have an opportunity to purchase 3 different video series that help you unlock the person that you want to be and those that are around you as well. So if not, you can go to amazon.com. That'll get you. You can go to Barnes & Noble as well too. So appreciate you guys. So excited. We're going to be starting this. A lot of these conversations are going to be going around the book and what you can find in the book and the concepts and the principles that have applied in my life over the last 13 years and why I'm able to play offense in my life, but also why I'm able to get through the challenges now because I created those disciplines. I went through those hardships. I drew my sword and I planted it. I staked my claim. I drew the line in the sand and said no more. And as we continue to move forward in 2021, I hope that you can refer back to this book. I hope that you pick up a copy so that you can really see the principles that I apply in my life in order for me to chase the lions that I'm going after. So love you all. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and we will be talking with you.